Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how I best study and prepare for my nursing school exam. So if you guys are interested, then keep watching. Alright, so before I start, I want to say that first of all, everybody have their own study style and techniques. So this is just my personal things that I do to help me best to do well on my test, and I found these helpful. This has changed quite a lot from when I first started college, and it's changed quite a lot again over these past 6 months. So these are my personal study styles, and I hope you guys can take something from it and just improve your overall test scores, and we can all just grow and just become better overall through this field of nursing, what we're trying to get to, right? Alright, so the first thing I do when I'm studying is I read beforehand or go over PowerPoints, and then when I show up to class, which is also very, very important, showing up to class, I can't even miss 2 days out without filling out the program, so it's no option for me really, but I definitely show up to class. And when I show up to class, I'm not wasting my time there. I'm fully participating and paying attention. So I put my phone on silent, I set it aside, like you should set it aside. And then also if my friends are talking or I want to join a conversation, I'm quick to tell myself, no girl, we cannot do that. We need to focus. We're here for a reason. Put friends on mute, put phone on silent, put them all to the side, and pay attention to what's in front of us, which is the lecture and the notes that we don't get at home. So another thing I do while I'm in class, which is also the second way I study and prepare, is also asking questions. So if I was reading beforehand and I stumbled across a question and it was not corrected or answered during the lecture, I'm sure to ask the teacher the question. I need that clarified ASAP right now, so I don't forget it, first of all, and secondly, so I can get that in my mind. It takes me a while to memorize things, so I need to get it sorted as soon as possible, is what I'm trying to say. So if I come across a question through my reading, I'm sure to ask it during class. If I'm not able to ask it during class, then I'll email the teacher. If I get the question after I come out of class, because my brain is always working and it may not pick up on the certain things while the teacher is talking or during lecture, I also email her those questions. I mean, you just don't want to go on the test and then the question comes up and you're like, wow, I really should have asked the teacher that question and get that clarified, because now I'm losing the point because I'm not sure which answer to go with. You know what I'm saying? Ask questions and don't hesitate to ask questions. So then another way I study is by getting in that comfortable mindset. By comfortable mindset, I'm putting my phone aside. I normally set a timer for an hour or two. That's how long I normally study. Very short intervals. I do not do more than 20 pages a day or 1 or 2 chapters, depending on how I'm feeling and just overall how my brain is. I can't take in a lot of information at one time. I have to do it very sorted at a little bit. I need to take it in and just break it down and just try to comprehend everything. If I don't do that, my mind goes crazy and it goes in a full shutdown mode, and it's just like I can't take anything else because I don't understand what just happened. So I do short interval study sessions, 1 to 2 hours normally, no more than 2 chapters a day. And when I'm doing those, I set my phone timer for this hour or 2 that I'm going to study for, and I do not look at my phone. I don't check Instagram. It's punishment. To me, it's like punishment, but I have to get myself in that mindset that we're here, we're gonna study, because if not, then I'm just gonna keep picking up my phone and going on Instagram. So I just need to get that self-discipline and just getting in that comfortable mindset and working towards my goals. Moving on, another thing I do to study is highlighting while I read. This can go hand in hand with reading, but for me it's different because of this reason. And I'm highlighting, I only highlight key notes or things that stands out to me. So things that I'm like going to be like, okay, maybe that could be on the test, like airway, breathing, circulation, anything that have to do with nursing process or diagnostic specific kind of material or content. I always highlight those, and that helps me to not only kind of get the information another way, so I'm just seeing a different viewpoint, but also when I'm going back to review, it's a really good like study guide for me. It's already there, I highlighted everything I need to know, and Like I said before, my brain is always working, or it's this constant like full-blown work mode. So whenever I highlight the information and those random questions just pop in my head, I just go to my textbook and I skim through my highlights, and it's normally just right there. So it makes it so much easier for me to review and just answering those questions that just pops up randomly or just before the test. All right, so another thing I do is set aside a full day for review. Before my tests come, if I know my test is coming in 2 weeks, I'm gonna set aside a day or two to review. Only review, no reading. Everything has to be done before that day or two. It's helped me to be disciplined in my reading and my overall study habits. Before, I would wait the night before or cram before the exam, or be like, oh, I'm just gonna skim through the books and go at the end and just do the test and practice questions and I'll be good. It didn't work. Second semester, it just didn't work. I had to read a week at least in advance, given the time that I have depending on tests and the way class is going. So I normally just had like a week before my exams to get everything done. So I give myself 6 days to go over all the concepts, all the material, all the chapters. So as soon as I get out of class today, I go home, I start reading. Get out of class tomorrow, I go home, I start reading, and then I set aside that one day at the end, and then one day I go back through and all my readings, anything that's highlighted, I skim through it really quick. Then I do my practice questions, answer those, and just overall, I'm just going through everything to making sure that check, I understand this fully, I understand that fully, I know this front and back, I don't know this front and back, but I know it enough that I feel comfortable and confident walking into my test, which brings me to my other point, confidence. You guys, before you walk into that testing room, you need to have it in your mind that you're gonna pass. You need to be confident. This, to me, is a part of studying and preparing because it's so easy to get in your mind. I did this, you guys. I struggled with this at like so much last semester. I got into my mind and my confidence went down after failing the test. I was like, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I can pass this next test. It's supposed to be harder. How can I do it? And by doing that, all I was doing was just speaking doubt over myself. I was speaking bad things into existence. So what I started doing after that, I just like, you know what? Suck it up. Suck it up. We're gonna get this degree. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I studied. I know everything front and back. I know all I can know. And that's just how I boost myself up and get into that confident mindset. So when I walk into my test on test day, I'm not over here thinking about, oh, I may fail. I'm just focused on my test itself, and that helped me so much. And lastly is to go to review and study sessions. I never was the one to be like, oh, I need study groups or I need tutoring. I never went to those. I just thought I didn't need them. I thought I would be better off without them. But what I found to work for me last semester was these study sessions at my school. It came together, and whatever questions we had, we asked them, and we also answered each other's questions. So overall, it was like really helpful because not only are you answering questions or getting your questions answered, you're also teaching. So study sessions just overall helps me, and it boosts my confidence as well for my exam. I'm like, okay, I went to the study session yesterday. I did pretty good in that. I think everybody's pretty much on the same pace. Maybe I'm slacking a little bit compared to this person, but I think overall I'm really good and I'm good to go. So I'm really confident now going into my test. All right, so I know I just said last and final, but I need to add something because I just went on a tangent. And I'm like, you know what? That is actually really good, and I do that a lot as well, which is teaching other people. So whenever I get into that mode, I'm just like, okay, I need to study. I don't really understand this concept, but I kind of get it. I'll go to my mom, which is, she's a nurse, and I'll try to explain the concept to her and then see if I'm kind of on the right track. So teaching her and bringing back that recall, and when I go to take my exam, most times the test question is just, I answer them so much faster, and I'm not in a pit for staying on time or running out of time for my exams because, of course, my recall is a lot faster, and overall that's just really helpful and really good. And yeah, so guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys found this really helpful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. Please comment down below if you guys have any suggestions for study tips or what you personally do to study. I'm really looking forward to them. I'm sure my study style will change as the semesters go on, and and I'm looking forward to seeing those comments so I can hopefully add some of that to my routine as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I was saying before, I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Bye!